All right. Welcome to the live training of how to create a vision board that rapidly manifests, that actually works. And so often, vision boards has been a huge part of my manifestation journey, but I see a lot of people struggling. And at first, when I was creating vision boards, I struggled with it. I hated it. And I want to make this so easy for you so that way you can create vision boards that feel aligned with you, that feel good to you, and that help you to rapidly manifest and actually work. So, welcome. My name is Jennifer Donovan. I'm an energetic manifestation and mindset coach and the creator of the High Vibe Boss Babe brand and podcast. It is my passion to help spiritual entrepreneurs raise their vibration, up-level their mindset, and manifest a life and business they are obsessed with. So I really started my conscious manifesting journey when I was over $30,000 in debt in a network marketing business that I felt completely defeated and I was extremely unhappy in my personal life. And through using some of the techniques that I'm going to show you today, such as a vision board, I manifested that $30,000 payoff. I've manifested vacations, clients, business opportunities, friendships, money, and so much more. And so in today's training, you're going to learn why the vision boards that you've been creating, why they aren't working for you, and why you would even still continue wanting to use one, how to actually create one that's going to work, what you should be putting on your vision board to actually manifest. Then I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks and some things to avoid that you might be doing, and that's why it's not working currently. And then I'm going to show you how to actually create one. So why vision boards don't work. So the first thing is they generally are created superficially. So I remember when I first got into vision boarding, it would be like you would go to a retreat or you would go to a business event, a networking event, and create your vision board would be the thing to do. And they would have magazines everywhere, and you're just like cutting random pictures out that are supposed to symbolize what you really want. And it's just very superficial. You're just finding random pictures to symbolize, and there's not really any true meaning, emotion that's being drawn from it. You're just like, yeah, I like that house, but it's not necessarily your dream house. And it might not even be something that you are truly wanting in your life. Maybe you're thinking because society tells us that we need to have a bigger house, faster car, more money, and really you want something that is in a forest and a one-bedroom cottage and surrounded by nature, but you're just been bombarded with things that society tells you need, and at your true core desires, when you dig deep and find out what you really want, it's not what's on your vision board. So this is what I used to do. I would go and I would find pictures. I would cut out from magazines. I'd post them on a board, and the board was ugly. It was just something that I really honestly wanted to just toss in the trash after. Like, it just didn't make me feel good when I looked at it. Your long vision goals that don't match your current frequency. So our self-worth and how we feel about ourselves is a direct correlation to our frequency, the energy that we are putting out to people. And it's not in alignment. So you're like, why isn't this manifesting? I'm staring at this vision board for 5 hours a day and it's not coming. Well, because your self-worth isn't. So you're still going to have to do some work to call in and to be able to match that vibrational frequency of what you desire. Okay. Another one is your subconscious mind might think it's not possible. You haven't been expanded enough to think that you could be making easily working 15 hours a week, $3 million a year, right? Like, in your mind, in your subconscious mind, you don't think that's possible based on the stories that you've told yourself, based on parenting things, based on society. everything that you've been programmed to know is that you'd have to work super hard, you'd have to work super long hours, and it's just very difficult, right? So that is when you haven't been expanded to it. And vision boards can be difficult for people who are non-visual, if they are more auditory or more kinesthetic. And so if they don't incorporate other communication or learning styles, it can be a little bit more difficult. Now, with that being said, if you are kinesthetic or if you are audio, you still can make a vision board work. And we're going to talk about some of those strategies. But you can definitely make them work for you, and you can definitely have success and enjoy having a vision board. So another one is getting stuck in your head and feeling like, am I doing it right? And this constant thought of doing it right is causing you to have frustration and really not call in and be a magnet for what you want. When you start to get in that worrisome, the doubting, the fear, we are no longer a magnet for those higher vibration things that we want. So, and also like these long-term visions that we have, these things that we're trying to manifest, if you've never manifested a single thing, if you've never manifested $5, if you've never manifested a cup of coffee, and you're manifesting this huge mansion, those long-term goals are gonna, really, because they don't match with your frequency and you haven't been expanded, they're not going to get you what you want. So I'm going to talk about how you can do that in a little bit. So what is exactly is a vision board? So it was made popular by the book, The Secret. It's just at the bare bones, a board compiled of things that you are calling into your life. It is one of many tools that can help you manifest, but it can be extremely powerful. So I really want you to understand that it's just one of the many tools to get you into the vibration, to get you into the frequency of the things that you want, okay? It can be a physical board, it can be a virtual, it can be a movie, it can be, you can even turn it into more of an audio. If you are an audio person, you can create clips of sounds to symbolize the things that you want. The vision board is essentially seeing, but do not limit yourself into creating things that you want. You want to make sure that you are aligning and creating things that are going to work for you. So do not hesitate to deviate. Do not hesitate to, if you are more of a kinesthetic person, having a board that's more of things that you can feel. Keys to a car that you can visualize, things where don't think like it just has to be a picture. Like you can create audio of clips of the different sounds of the things that you are wanting to call into your life. Like don't get stuck on it has to be a certain way. The whole point is you can then visualize it in your mind. And if you need to do that by hearing things, or if you need to do that by feeling things, make it your own and do it. This is essentially just a GPS system for your manifesting. So why and how does it work? So a lot of people, vision boards can be very woo. It can be very like, I don't get it. So I just look at this thing and it's supposed to just magically manifest, right? And this really helps you to tap into your subconscious mind. Okay, your subconscious mind is connected through the law of oneness with the entire universe. And your subconscious mind is going to be on a more scientific level, going to help you rewire your brain to believe what you're seeing, to make it already happen. Your subconscious mind, when you're using your vision board, it helps to activate the part of your brain, the reticular activating system, which tells your brain what to focus on. And what we focus on expands, okay? And our subconscious mind responds to symbols, pictures, metaphors, and it doesn't know the difference between what you are envisioning to what is a reality. So if you are constantly envisioning you already having something, your subconscious mind starts to believe that that's actually happening in real life. It doesn't know the difference, okay? So those symbols and pictures create an emotion inside of you that creates a vibrational frequency. Everything is energy at its core atomic level. Everything is just little balls of energy zipping around. And then when they come together, they start to form matter. So everything is just energy. And the emotions are just energy in motion. And when you are getting these emotions, the visions that you are seeing when you look at your vision board, it starts to elicit an emotion from you, which creates a vibrational frequency, which activates the law of attraction and pulls in your desires. You start to become a magnet to it. Now, it's really important that you are creating things and you're creating your boards to the things that you don't have obstacles to, that you don't have blocks to, or that you are actively working on those blocks. You want to really create, if you're first starting out with your vision board, you're going to want to create more of a short term, more of what you are currently manifesting. So, what goes on it? Pictures, words, symbols that are connected to what you want in your life. Now, your subconscious mind is more of pictures and symbolic. So I recommend that you don't put too many words on your pictures unless when you look at that word, it actually is a symbol for you. It means something. And when you look at that word, it gets you into the feeling. So for example, if you were to put freedom on there, does it elicit the vision of you being free, or would it be better to put a picture of you driving on a road, or whatever freedom means to you? Maybe it's playing on the floor with your kids during the day. Maybe it's lounging at a beach resort. When you're just putting the words, you want to make sure that it elicits a specific vision in your mind that gets you into the feeling. Okay. You can use Pinterest, Google Images, etc. to find representations, to find symbols. And sometimes it will take me a long time to create a vision board in the essence of I want to look for what I truly want. Right. So I have a Pinterest board that I create where I will find things that I'm, calling in. So for example, one of the things that I'm calling in is a vacation to Hawaii. And so I have a board where I'm looking at different resorts. I'm thinking of the different things that we're going to do in Hawaii, or I'm looking for that perfect picture that really gets me into the emotion of it, of being there. If you're driving a car, it might be an image of the actual dashboard of the car, where you can feel. And you want to think about if you know anything about your manifesting type, a specific manifestor versus a non-specific manifestor. So specific manifestors are going to want to get really detailed in their things. They might want to pick the exact model that they're going to get, the exact color that they're going to want to they're manifesting. Now, a non-specific manifestor, for example, if I'm manifesting a new car, I might have a few different options that I have, and it's not so much specific to the color of the car. I just know the type of car that I want. Then you can be a little bit more vague. And if you're unsure of whether you're a specific manifestor or a non-specific manifestor, kind of pay attention to what feels good when you are manifesting. But you can also find out through your human design by going to mybodygraph.com. And when you go into your human design, it'll show you your arrows and your if you're looking at the picture, the right side, it'll have arrow pointing out or arrow pointing in. So arrow pointing in is a specific, arrow pointing out is a non-specific. And so that's the bottom right side arrow. So another thing that you're going to want to do is use pictures where you could actually place yourself in a scene. So it's as if it can be pictures of like where you would see yourself looking at it. It's through your own eyes that you're seeing it. So you really get that image of you already being there, acting as if you already have it. So, that it's perfect for driving in the car, like having that dashboard scene, or if you were on a beach, the image of where you would be looking at the beach, as if you were already on it. if that makes sense. See if there's any questions. Okay. So another thing that you can do is actually, so if you are using magazines or pictures, say if you're doing a car, you could actually print out a picture of the car, cut it out, take that picture and place it in your driveway, and then take a picture of it. So you can actually see that car in your driveway. So if you're looking to manifest new decor in your home, cut it out, put, put yourself a distance, take a picture with your own phone, with your cell phone, and as if it's already in your house. That really helps to get your subconscious mind into the belief that it's already happening, which magnetizes into that timeline of it already being yours. So you want to make sure it's a representation of what you're actually calling in, not just some vague thing. If you don't want it, don't put it on your vision board, right? If that specific thing that you're looking at, if you're like, I don't really want it, right? Or if it's like this gorgeous girl with a really toned body, but you're really not interested at this point in time, like, yeah, sure, you'd like to have a body like that, but you're really not interested in manifesting it right now, you're not going to actually co-create with the universe to create it, then I wouldn't put it on your vision board. Okay? So if you've never manifested before or you struggle to manifest, I recommend creating vision boards that are for more smaller short-term manifestations if you're just starting out. Manifesting is like a muscle. And the more that you're able to call things in smaller items in, call them in, detach, receive, you build this muscle to be able to get bigger and bigger things. One of the problems that I was talking about is with why vision boards haven't been working for people is because you have a dream home that you really think is not even possible. But when you start to use that muscle and you start manifesting more and more things into your life, you're like, holy shit, I could actually manifest this dream house. And then you can start putting it. It also gives you like extreme satisfaction to be able to see your vision board and like change it out and be like, oh shit, I manifested that and I manifested that. And you start to feel like a rock star in manifesting when you have that evidence of all the things that you've actually manifested versus staring at the same board for 5 years, hoping that it's coming in, wishing that it's coming in, and then finally getting frustrated because it's not coming in. So start smaller and keep your short-term manifestations on there. And you could even do a mix of short-term, and if you're kind of been doing manifestation for a while and you're getting better at it, you can put short-term and long-term things in it, but just make sure it's something that you're actually wanting right now. All right, the next thing, and this is something I learned from Catherine Zankina, is to keep 2 to 3 things on it that you've already manifested. Why? Because this gets your emotions into it. It's like, yeah, I already did it. And you see yourself like already having it because you already do. And it gets you excited as you look at your manifestation, your vision board. It gets you excited because you see that things have already started happening. And what does that do? That raises your vibrational frequency to magnetize more in. So some things to avoid. You want to avoid putting things that you truly don't want in your life. Putting items that don't invoke an emotion. If it doesn't invoke an emotion, you don't want to have it on your board. If it doesn't get you excited, if it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't make you feel free or loved or whatever it may be that you're calling in, the emotion, if it's not going to make your heart soar or get you activated, it shouldn't go on your vision board. Another thing is if you're concerned about other people's reactions, don't share it with them. Vision boards are extremely personal, okay? And it doesn't have to be something that you blast everywhere. It doesn't have to be like, I keep it on my desktop on my computer. I keep it on my phone. Like, I don't need somebody coming into my house, seeing my vision board and asking a million questions about it. Like, I just do my own thing, right? Or if you have a significant other that maybe isn't on board with some of the things, it's totally okay to keep it private. And I recommend if you have any worry about somebody thinking something you're manifesting is unrealistic, like, it's okay to just not share it with them. Another thing is putting too many words on it, because our subconscious mind really responds to those symbols and those images. So instead, find symbols or images that are going to mean what you're trying to say. So like I said, freedom, an open road maybe is what you might pick, or love, maybe it's somebody getting married, or a, a couple growing old together, or whatever it may be that really elicits that for you. And you could even simply do like pictures of you and your significant other in a really, really happy time, or um, something like that, that really gets you into the emotion versus just the word love. Another thing is not really knowing what you want. It's okay for your vision board process to take a long time. Like it's okay for it to take, a week or so for you to sit there or an hour for you to look. Like, do not just get magazines and start cutting away at pictures and just like haphazardly posting them on a board. Like, figure out what you want. And it's okay to have one thing on your vision board. It doesn't have to be 10 things. It can be one or two things that you're currently manifesting right now, that you're currently calling in. And it can be like, it's okay to have it on one full topic. It doesn't have to be all areas of your life. Like maybe if you're trying to manifest your business growing, it has you working with clients, you speaking on a stage. It could be a book that you're trying to produce. It could be, just different areas of that specific thing that you're trying to manifest. It doesn't have to be all areas of your life. Don't try to rush the process, and don't try to create one just simply to create one. Like, just don't do it. It will just bring you frustration, and it just will um, do the complete opposite of what you're intending it to do. All right. So I'm going to show you. So I had a question of how do you get it on your phone? I'm going to show you in a little bit. I'm actually going to show you how to do it. So, okay, you've got all your images. You've put them on a board. What do you do? So you can put it on, or you just got the images. What do you do with them? So you put it in places where you can see it on a daily basis. On your phone, on your desktop. It can be on a poster board, on the wall, wherever you're going to see it. That's going to help elicit emotion. You can implement it into your meditation practice. So do what feels good. What I will do is I will, look at my vision board before, and I might pick one thing that day, and I might pick something different every day of the week that I'm calling in. There is no right or wrong answer with this. Do what feels good to you. But I will, just look at it for a few moments. And before I go into my meditation, I get the emotion going. And then as I meditate, I visualize myself in that scene of the image that I've done. You can use it while scripting. So looking at the image and then scripting what would you be doing with it? How would it feel? And really getting into the scripting process of what your day would be like with that item, object, or whatever you're calling in. You can simply just look at it for a few minutes every day and just feel the emotions each item brings. So just really just feel it into your heart, and in your mind, picture what you'll be doing, how you'll feel now that you have it. Remember, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and imagination. So if you are imagining you have it now, that's how you magnetize it. If you imagine you having it in the future, that's when it's going to keep, the future is always going to be ahead of you. You're not going to be imagining it now, so you're not going to actually get it now. Okay. So how do you make one? So for images, you can go to Pinterest, Google, and really just start typing in words. If you want a Toyota minivan, if you want a vacation to Hawaii, if you want $10,000, just start looking at images and see which ones stand out to you, which ones feel good to you. And to create them online, you can use canva.com, PicMonkey, Photoshop. You can print them at FedEx, Vistaprint, or any other printing company. If you want it like really fancy, it's completely up to you. to create a physical one, a poster board, cardstock, construction paper from any craft store or Amazon, like really up to you, however is going to be, make it a fun process, make it easy for you, whatever is going to get you into the emotion. So let's actually create one. So what I do is I just go to Pinterest or Google and I find the images and then I upload them into Canva. So Canva already has a desktop. Let me make sure I am still sharing this aspect. There we go. Okay. So Canva already, it has a desktop wallpaper version already. So when you go to canva.com, you can just type in desktop and it'll have the desktop wallpaper version already. Okay, so then what you can do is you can simply, so this is my current vision board. And so as you can see here, I have, I'm currently manifesting a vacation to Legoland. So I have this image as if I'm looking from the window of my hotel room to see the pool. I have a Hawaii vacation that I'm manifesting. I have a specific amount that I'm manifesting. So I have my $20,000 months. The UGG boots I currently have already manifested, so I kept that on there. This lab puppy is I am currently manifesting. This desktop, this really symbolized a spiritual workspace for me, and so I have that, so I kept it on my vision board. And this is something, this symbolizes really with my family, and this symbolized photo shoots for my family, and just really us happy and being together. So this for me represents a few different things. So how do you create one? So you can get just simply where you start just putting pictures on the items. Like it doesn't matter what you do, where you're going, you know, like however you can resize them to whatever feels good to you, right? Okay, so and then you can just load pictures however you want. So that's one way, and whatever feels good. Another way is using the elements section, so right over here, going to grids, and then you can see just how many pictures you have, the different types of grids. I'm kind of anal, so I like to have like all the same size picture size, and I'll show you how to kind of work around some of those things. So yeah, you just look for whatever kind of fits your style. So let's say there's my pictures. Now, if you notice, this is what I did for here, but these are two separate pictures. Oh, did I group it? Okay, there we go. So here I put two pictures together and I just lined them up so it can create a bigger picture. And actually, I want to change this one out because I have the two that I've manifested, and so my new vision board, I'm manifesting Date with Destiny, and so that is going in to my vision board. And see how I picked a picture of where I would be in the background, Tony Robinson is in the audience, versus some of the other pictures where you know, it shows him on stage and you're behind him. So I was very particular with the images that I picked. And so like this picture right here, it's a longer picture. So it's two pictures and I just lined them up. So that way it could just be one picture. Okay. So then here you can just simply, you know, put, like I said, put the picture where you line it up to match. And then you can, or that doesn't work, but you get my point. And then you just place the pictures in here with how you want them. You can adjust the pictures to specifically what you want, and you can make it nice and pretty. If you want to have a word strip around here, you can easily just from elements, So go back to elements. And then you can type in square and it'll find you the different squares. And I just then resized it and then typed in, words, and I put it in an area. And so this is, as you can see, the words that I have. Thank you, universe, for my $20,000 month, because this is something that really gets me into the emotion. I'm able to have gratitude for it. This is the goal that I'm currently working towards. So that's where I'll have it. So you can do that. You can, in some of these boxes, if you wanted to have words, you could just add, text. If you really wanted words, and you can change it up, you can create however, big, add your pictures, have fun with it, do whatever that's going to elicit that emotion. Okay, so there's so many options with it. Play with it to make it so the vision board is just very pretty for you. All right, so then how do you create it on your phone? So you can actually do it from Canva. So I have my desktop wallpaper, and what I recommend you doing is, depending on your cell phone, is Googling the wallpaper dimensions. So you can do Android or whatever model you are, because it has different ones. So as you can see, there's different wallpaper dimensions. So make sure you find your dimensions. Okay, so you've got 828 by 1792. So all I do is then I resize. Okay, so I go to resize up here, custom dimensions, and then whatever it was, 828 by 1792, which I actually think 828 by 1792. Copy and resize, and it'll resize to your cell phone thing. And right now you're like, oh my gosh, it's really small, but this will actually fit yours. So then I just download it. So you just download it to your desktop, and then you can email it to yourself on your phone, and then just save the picture. And then one of the options is that you can put it towards your, put it on your lock screen, or put it as your wallpaper, your background for so if you look at mine has my background on my phone, and it's also the lock screen. And so you have the option of doing that. All right, so let me see if there are any questions. You can do a text box. You can do, Canva is free, so you do not have to worry about that. I have tried other apps, and it was just really difficult. This was just super easy to do, and it was really consistent and easy, because I like to have my vision board as my desktop on my computer and my phone. So that's why I chose to do it for Canva. But yes, Canva is completely free. So yeah, all right. All right, so some key things to remember with manifesting is the universe is always working for your highest good. Remember, the universe will sometimes give you check-ins, might give you things that it wants to see if you are ready for your manifestation to come to you, especially if you're manifesting, higher amounts of money, more clients, things like that. So always keep this in mind. Anytime you feel like a road bump or a block has occurred, really know that there's a reason for anything that you are currently dealing with, going through, and that it's always for your highest good. There's always a lesson or something that you can learn, or a pivot that is the universe is trying to get you to do. Your job is the why and the what. So why are you manifesting it, and what are you manifesting? Okay. The universe job is how. How are you going to get it? When it's going to come, where it's going to come from. So often this is, especially when you're manifesting money, they'll say they want it to come from a specific place, and you just start shutting down your receiving valve. Especially, I see this so often if you are manifesting in, say, like a network marketing business, and it's really not lighting you up anymore. It's really not something that you absolutely love anymore, or maybe it never was something that you absolutely loved, but you liked the product, you liked helping people, or you liked, just having some extra income. If it really is not in alignment with your soul, if it's not the end destination for you, if it's not something that is truly your passion, the universe, and you keep trying to say, I want more money via this network marketing business or this avenue, and then you get frustrated when it doesn't come. Sometimes you have to listen to the reason why it's not coming, right? If you're not really in love with it, the universe is not going to bring you it through that avenue, okay? So the how is their job. So if you want to really open up your receiving valve and allow yourself to receive in all aspects the money to come from different avenues, from different ways, when it's going to come and where it has to be, it's going to come when you think it is possible and you have the self-worth to match that vibrational frequency. You attract what you're vibrationally in alignment with and what you are expanding to, what you think is possible. Okay, self-worth and expanding to what's possible. So remember, it's also co-create and take action. You are co-creating with the universe. You still have to take action. You still have to go down to the car dealership and test drive. You still have to go down to the car dealership and actually put a payment on it. You still have to take that chance of, finding a car. You still have to do the things. The important thing is to listen to those intuitive hits, to listen to your guides, to get in tune with your body and what feels right, what feels wrong, and start following the things that feel right, and then keep doing the things that feel right. So if you would like to know more, go deeper, and manifest more, if you loved this training, I invite you to join the High Vibe Boss Babe Facebook group for more free manifestation tips. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And if you have any questions, please feel free to join our group or email me at hello@jenniferdonovan.info. Thank you.